We have a question from Lydia in the chat that asks, what expedition or research did you enjoy the most and why?
I don't think, Lydia, I don't think you're going to like my answer. Well, okay, look, I guess with the Trieste, because we were writing the book. As I said, there are only two of these things in the world. So and this is more technology than science. We were a scientific platform. I mean, the Trieste was purchased by the Navy, by the Office of Naval Research, as a platform for oceanographers to do in situ research work. You know, it's a Latin term, means just being there. Instead of being on the interface between the ocean and the atmosphere on a ship and lowering things into the water on the ends of cables and such, you go right inside the ocean and you work directly at your site of interest. That's particularly strong for the geologists and biologists to observe things at the site. So the thing that was most rewarding to me was to be able to fashion the sensors, the tools, the equipment that the oceanographers needed to use this new platform. Because at that time I was not qualified as an ocean scientist. I was an engineer, if you will, a test pilot on a new device. And so, and how do you operate that? How do you be safe? Because most oceanographers don't want a lot of adventure. You don't want to wear these multicolored pajamas and little red stocking cap and, you know, American flag here and all that crap. They just want to get in this thing and do their work. And so we had to demonstrate to that community that this was safe and productive. And that's, I took a lot of pleasure in helping write the book initially. And even now, when I go to a trade show 60 years later, anywhere in the world, and I go out on the exhibition floor and I see the various devices that are being sold by the vendors, remotely operated vehicles, cameras, lights, and so on for underwater work, I can see our fingerprints. I can see there's some of our DNA still in there because we did all of that stuff first. Now, I can't claim that I've done a lot of myself scientific work at depth. But the thing I was going to start out with, Lydia, was probably the most interesting thing, was having lunch on board the Titanic. In about 2006, I was in a Russian submersible landing on the Titanic, 12,000 feet down in the Atlantic Ocean, just south of Newfoundland. And it's a 12-hour dive. So about halfway through it, we landed on the bridge of Titanic, where Captain Smith was last seen, and opened up our box lunches. And then after we finished eating, we continued on with our dive for another 6 hours. I also did the same thing on the World War II German battleship Bismarck, which was sunk in 1941 at 15,500 foot depth. And so I had lunch on the Bismarck as well. I know those are not very satisfactory answers to your questions, but at least I hope they were interesting.